Today we're going to be taking a look at what I think are the top 10 LEGO Star Wars sets from Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi. Now this is my favorite Star Wars movie out of the original trilogy, so I did put a lot of thought into this, and sadly, like my top 10s from the other original trilogy movies, I am going to have to leave out UCS sets just because there are so many UCS sets from this movie that they would take up way too many spots in the top 10. But without further ado, hopping right into it, starting off with some honorable mentions. The first honorable mention I have, or the number 13th spot you could say, is 7264 Imperial Inspection. Now to some of you this might be a wild card, although I think it's a very good set and had an amazing value. For $50 you got an Imperial shuttle and 10 minifigures, although given that this set was released in 2005, with inflation adjusted that would be about $80 in today's money, but all of this for $80 would still be an absolutely amazing deal and an amazing set. Although its age does show and the Imperial shuttle itself is not the greatest looking build, and that is why I left it in the honorable mentions. Moving on to the next honorable mention, or the number 12 spot. This one might be a little bit controversial just because this is such a fan favorited set, although I'm still confident with my decision of leaving it in the honorable mentions, and that is 75005 Rancor Pit. Now I don't really think LEGO did anything wrong here, as this is a very hard scene to kind of make into a set because it's really just a cave, and LEGO really did their best here with kind of making it look like a cave as well as have some functionality, but that being, it just does not look the greatest. Although I am glad that LEGO made this set, and I do think it's pretty important because it's the only time that LEGO has ever made a Rancor, but I just don't think the Rancor can make up for the build itself. And now on to the last honorable mention, or the number 11 spot. I have 75353 Indoor Speeder Chase Diorama. Now I really like the minifigures in this set, and I especially like the speeder bikes in this set. They look absolutely incredible. They are by far some of the best speeder bikes LEGO has ever made, although with this being a diorama set, the terrain and well the diorama is pretty important as well, and I just don't really think they captured the trees or the terrain in the best way possible here. The terrain looks pretty bare as it's just flat with a few plant pieces, and then the trees on Indoor are obviously super tall, and obviously they couldn't make them super tall for this set, so they sort of tried to make it look like it was kind of cut off at the top, and it just looks really strange. I think this set would have been a lot better if they kind of just included the terrain and then maybe a fallen down tree trunk laying on the ground and not actual trees that are sort of cut off, because it just looks kind of strange to me. Although I did put it as the best honorable mention because the minifigures and the speeder bikes look absolutely incredible. And now moving on to the official top 10, at the number 10 spot I have 75050 B-Wing. This set was released on June 1st in the golden year of LEGO Star Wars, being 2014, and then later retired in December of 2015. It had 448 pieces and an original retail price of $50 US. However, if you want this set new sealed in the box today, it is now going for around $180 to $200. Now the B-Wing is one of my favorite starfighters in Star Wars, and I think LEGO did an incredible job at recreating it here. It is easily the most accurate and well designed B-Wing that LEGO has made, and it's definitely an upgrade from most of the other playscale B-Wings as they're all pretty flimsy, and it really does seem like LEGO just perfected the design of the B-Wing here at a playscale level, and not to mention it does include 3 exclusive minifigures. And now moving on to the number 9 spot, I have the B-Wing's companion starfighter, being 75175 A-Wing Starfighter. This set was released on January 1st of 2017 and then retired on July 31st of 2018. It has 358 pieces and had an original retail price of $40 US. However, if you want this set new sealed in the box today, it is now going for around $120 to $150. And I do have to say, like the B-Wing, this really is the best A-Wing starfighter that LEGO has made. The design is very sleek and fast looking like A-Wing should be, and on top of that you get a decent little side build as well as an amazing minifigure lineup, including a very nice exclusive Lando Calrissian minifigure. And I mean, again, out of the multiple A-Wings that LEGO has made, I think this is the best one, and it's honestly flawless. I would love a remake in the near future, although I just can't really see how LEGO would make one better than this. Moving on to the number 8 spot, I have 75352 Emperor's Throne Room Diorama. This set was released on May 1st of this year, 2023, and has 807 pieces and a current retail price of $100 US. Now this set was released alongside the Indoor Speeder Chase Diorama, and out of the two, I obviously think this one is the better one. It cost $20 more, although I think it looks so much better and it looks incredible as a display piece. I love how the back of it is shaped in sort of this archway, and then there's the Emperor's window in the middle. They just did a really great job of capturing the feel of the throne room without actually recreating the whole thing, and I also really like how you can pose Luke and Darth Vader in many different ways to really recreate everything that happened in this scene. I just think it's a great display piece, and yes, I'd probably say this is the best diorama that LEGO has made so far. Onto the number 7 spot, I have 75347 TIE Bomber. This set was released on January 1st of this year, 2023. It has 625 pieces and has a current retail price of $65 US. Now, as many of you guys know, this set set was a very big deal, as it is the second iteration of the TIE Bomber, and the first one having came out in 2003, that means there was a 20-year gap until this one was made, and as you might expect, in that time period, fans had been eagerly wanting LEGO to remake this set, and then 20 years later, in January of 2023, they finally did, and they just blew it out of the water. The build is about as perfect as you can get in terms of accuracy and scale. However, the only thing that I don't like about it is that the actual windshield piece on the cockpit has bricks behind it. It is transparent, but when you look into it, you just see bricks behind it. You don't see into the actual cockpit, and that's the only thing I don't like. I wish the hatch was actually just the windscreen itself, so you could obviously see the pilot in there, but besides that, I think this set is very well made, and it definitely deserves the number 7 spot. On to the number 6 spot, I have 7754 Home 1 Mon Calamari Star Cruiser. This set was released on August 1st of 2009 and retired in December of 2010. It has 789 pieces and had an original retail price of $110, and if you want this set new sealed in the box today, it is now going for around $200 to $250. Now, before I made this list, I honestly never really liked this set, just because I thought we were cheaped out of getting an actual Mon Calamari Star Cruiser for this. Although when I actually started making this list and I looked in depth into this set, I realized that it's actually really cool. I usually don't prefer the style of sets that are the interiors of buildings or the interiors of starships, just because I think they look really goofy on display in my opinion. However, LEGO actually did a very good job at making this set have a lot of play features as well as looking pretty decent on a shelf. I think the A-Wing in the hangar looks really cool, and there's a lot of unique play features in there. And I also really like the control room or the meeting room, whatever you want to call it, that is right next to the hangar. I just think LEGO did a really good job here, and this is a very unique set, and it definitely deserves the number 6 spot. On to the number 5 spot. This one might surprise some of you. However, I have 75020 Jabba's Sail Barge. This set was released on June 1st of 2013 and retired in December of 2014. It has 850 pieces and had an original retail price of $120, and if you want this set new today, it is now going sealed in the box for around $450 to $500. Now, the sail barge itself does look very nice. It is very sleek and accurate looking. It's a little bit smaller than the 2006 version, however, it just looks very good. And then it has a very nice lineup of minifigures, obviously with that famous Max Rebo minifigure, and then a very nice looking Jabba the Hutt. However, the reason I did not put this set any higher up on the list is because the price was just outrageous. For 850 pieces, it was $120 in 2013, and with inflation adjusted, that is about $160 in today's money, and I don't think anyone would be happy with a $160 sail barge that only had 850 pieces, no matter if it came with Jabba the Hutt or not. So if the price was $100, I probably would have put it 1 or 2 spots higher, but $120 for this in 2013 was just not very good. However, like I said, if you take the price out of the picture, the build does look very nice, and the minifigures are nice as well, and that is why I put it at the number 5 spot, but no higher. Moving on to the number 4 spot, I have 9516 Jabba's Palace. This set was released on June 1st of 2012 and retired in December of 2013. It has 717 pieces and also had an original retail price of $120, and if you want this set new sealed in the box today, it is now going for around $400 to $450. Now, just like the last sail barge I just talked about, this set is very overpriced, especially for 2012. However, the only reason I put it 1 spot higher is just because I think the build looks a lot better, and I feel like the price also might be a little bit more justified just because there are a lot of large pieces included. But regardless, with the price out of the picture, the build does look very nice and it represents Jabba's palace in a great way, and there's a lot of play features. And if you didn't know, the Rancor pit that I talked about earlier can actually attach to the bottom of this, where you can actually recreate the whole entire scene from episode 6. So again, it's still overpriced. However, I think it deserves the number 4 spot because there were a lot of large pieces included, and it has a lot of play features, and it looks very good. Moving on to the number 3 spot, I have the legendary 8038, The Battle of Endor. This set was released on June 1st of 2009 and retired in December of 2011. It has 890 pieces and had an original retail price of $100. Although if you want this set new sealed in the box today, it is now going for around $300 to $400. Now, this set was released as part of the 10-year anniversary for LEGO Star Wars in 2009, and for many of the sort of older collectors, this is a very iconic set. You really do get everything that was in the Battle of Endor, from an AT-ST to the speeder bikes to the Ewoks to the scout troopers, even to the bunker, and the bunker can open up to reveal this really awesome looking interior. It all comes in this set, and it really is just legendary, and I think without a doubt this set deserves the number 3 spot. And to those of you out there that own this set, I do have to say you are pretty lucky. Moving on to the number 2 spot, we have, in my opinion, the better Jabba's Sail Barge, being 6210 Jabba's Sail Barge from 2006. The set has 781 pieces and had an original retail price of only $75, and in today's money that would be about $115, although this sail barge is much larger and it also includes a desert skiff and the Sarlacc pit. The figures are obviously not up to date with the figures of the 2013 version, although again, you just get so much more, you really can recreate the whole scene. It is the ultimate playset, to be honest, and it has a much better value, as again, in today's money, this would only be about $115 compared to the 2013 version, which would be about $160 in today's money. So yes, I think this set is much better, and it definitely deserves the number 2 spot. And now moving on to the number 1 spot as the best LEGO Star Wars set from Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi, I have 75094 Imperial Shuttle Tidarium. This set was released on June 1st of 2015 and retired in December of 2016. It has 937 pieces and had an original retail price of $100 US. However, if you want this set new sealed in the box today, it is now going for only about $200, which is not that bad in my opinion. But I mean, this really is the perfect Imperial Shuttle besides the UCS one, obviously. The model just looks incredible. It is pretty big. I'd say it's comparable to the Krennic's Imperial Shuttle that came from Rogue One in 2016. And then on top of that, you have a very nice minifigure lineup with the indoor versions of Han and Leia, as well as some really nice indoor Rebel Troopers. I mean, again, this really is the perfect playscale LEGO Imperial Shuttle, and I mean perfect. I would give this set a 10 out of 10. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is a very iconic vehicle, and LEGO executed it perfectly, and it has an amazing lineup of very highly detailed and modern minifigures. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you think about this list down in the comments below, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can see them on the end screen right now.